Welcome to the Berman Golf Podcast, where we're helping golfers over the age of 60 increase distance off the tee so that they can hit shorter irons into the green. Yeah, baby. You can visit us at bermangolf.com for more information and get ready. This is going to be a fun one. And we're rolling, baby. The Long Balls Golf Podcast. Dr. Jake Berman here, founder of Berman Golf and inventor of the Berman method of golf performance, where we help aging golfers move better so they can hit the ball further, strike the ball more consistently, and play more frequently without aches and pains. Thank you for tuning in today. This is going to be a good one. We're going to talk more about the backswing. How do you master the backswing? How do you set yourself up for a proper downswing? How do you set yourself up for success, essentially? Because if you don't have a great backswing, it is impossible to have a great swing, period. It's not like you can get away with a half-ass backswing and then change it all and do the downswing the way that you should. So we're going to talk more about that. For whatever reason, we've been getting a ton of questions and interest in the backswing. Tell me more about the backswing. How do I initiate the backswing? How do I know where the top of my backswing should be? A bunch of questions lately for whatever reason, so we'll get into that. Before we do all that, I want to give a quick shout out to our online program, the T-Shot Transformation Program, the 6-module program online. It's gaining a ton of traction. Again, for whatever reason, I don't know why this thing has taken off lately. However, we're getting people from all over the country, Canada, and in the UK that are just absolutely falling in love with this thing. I guess maybe it's because it's winter time up in these northern places and these cold places, and they're not able to get out on the golf courses and the driving ranges. And this is something that really, really gives you the fundamentals, the foundation for proper practice through the cold months. I mean, if you can't go out and bang balls or play around, what do you do to keep sharp? What are some things that can give you a significant return on investment of your time to set you up for success when you can get out and play again? So go to bermangolf.com and click on products, and you can see the T-Shot Transformation Program there and get signed up. It is worth your time. All right, moving on. The backswing. The backswing is crucial, absolutely crucial that you master it, because so often, I mean, this is something that I've seen for years now working with clients in the office, is we start off working on the address position and then initiating the backswing and then performing the backswing and executing the backswing. And so often my clients will get frustrated or eager and say, well, can we just hit a ball? Can we start hitting balls? I just want to swing it. How do I do the swing through? And the answer is this: it's irrelevant. This downswing and the finish is absolutely irrelevant if you don't perfect the backswing, because the backswing sets you up for everything. So before we get into some actual technical, mechanical things, let's go on a physiology level real quick. So many people initiate the backswing with their hands. And there's a lot of golf philosophy out there that says that you should initiate the backswing with your hands, because that's going to allow you to keep your tension in your core throughout the entirety of the backswing and then uncoil it or unwind it for the downswing. I think that that is great if you are athletic enough to execute it. The problem is 99.9% of us golfers are not athletic enough to execute it. And take this with a grain of salt, if you will, or don't take offense to it, however you want to take this thing. I don't care who you are. If you're not playing on Sundays on TV and getting paid to play the game, let's just say you're not athletic enough to execute this. And here's the reason why it's important. Here's the reason why it's relevant. When you're in the address position, you're mentally thinking, okay, the task is to hit this golf ball. Okay, that's simple enough. We know that the task is to hit the golf ball. Subconsciously, our brain also knows, okay, we're going to do some type of movement to hit this golf ball in a certain direction. Now, when you initiate your backswing with your hands, what you're doing is you're telling your brain that your hands and your arms are the primary mover of the movement that you're going to utilize to hit that golf ball. So no matter how much you consciously think about initiating the downswing with your hips, with your body, you're going to flip at it every single time because you're not athletic enough to not do it. You're not athletic enough to start the movement with your hands and finish it with your body. You're just not. The whole golf swing is done in less than 2 seconds. I mean, you're just not that good. If you can just accept that, then this will change everything for you. When you're in the address position and you initiate the backswing with your belt buckle, what you're doing is you're telling your brain, my body is the primary mover of this motion that I'm going to utilize to hit this golf ball. Not your hands, your body. So when you initiate the backswing with your belt buckle, then you can initiate the downswing with your hips, your belt buckle, your body, because you already told your brain that your body is the primary mover, not your hands, not your arms. It's very, very subtle, meaning that I don't want you to initiate your backswing with your belt buckle and your hands stay static, and then your hands catch up to your belt buckle. No, think about initiating them both at the same exact time. As soon as your belt buckle starts going into the backswing, your hands start going into the backswing. The way that I've done this on video a few times in the past is I'll put an alignment stick on my belt buckle and rest it in the V of my hands, gripping the club. And then I'll initiate the backswing so that you can see that my hands are staying directly in front of my belt buckle for at least the first 25% of the backswing. They're staying in front of my belt buckle until my hip, my right hip, runs out of range of motion. Then my hands continue going because my shoulders are continuing to turn into the backswing. That's how you initiate the backswing, and that is how you tell your brain, oh, your body is the primary mover of this movement that we're going to utilize to execute the shot or to hit the golf ball. So that is the number one most important thing to master if you want to improve your golf game almost instantaneous. Initiate the backswing with your belt buckle. So that's number one. The second thing that I wanted to talk to you about today is, okay, I get it. I'm initiating the backswing with my belt buckle. I get it. Now, how do I make my backswing even better? Because remember what we started off this podcast saying, the closer you can get to a quote unquote perfect backswing, the higher the probability is that you'll have a good downswing, which makes it that much more likely that you hit the shot that you actually want to hit. You strike the ball more consistently. You can press it with irons. You hit up on it with a driver. Whatever it is, you're doing it more consistently. So you have more consistency when you're striking the ball. The next thing we have to do is get the backswing better. Improve the biomechanics of the backswing itself. Now, this is one of the tips, one of the exercises that has helped out tremendously with countless clients over the years. Yet it is one of the least favorite drills that we do in my clients' eyes because it's very, very challenging, and it's more mentally challenging than physically challenging. It's really simple, not easy. All you have to do is set a timer on your phone, set it down on the ground, set the timer for 30 seconds, set it on the ground right in front of you. And when you press start, I don't want you to get to the top of your backswing until the timer goes off. This is called the 30-second backswing drill. It is extremely challenging, mentally challenging, to go slow enough so that you don't beat the timer by the time you get to the top of your backswing. The vast majority of my clients on day one, when the first time that we do this, they're usually stopping or getting to the top of the backswing 7 seconds, 8 seconds. I'm like, wait a minute, there's still 22 more seconds to go. And it's very, very challenging to be disciplined enough to go slow enough through your backswing to take 30 seconds to get up there. Now, the reason why this is important is because it is physically impossible for you to not use muscles to do this because it's such a slow movement against gravity. The only way that you can do this is if you use muscles. The biggest problem that amateur golfers have is they use momentum and not muscles to perform the backswing. I've said this time and time again, and I'm going to say it again because we most often need to be reminded versus hear something new. If you don't think that you're a momentum swinger, here's the test that you do. Have somebody take a slow motion video of your real-time swing, hit a golf ball, and then go back and watch that video and stop it, pause it when you get to the top of your backswing. Right when you get to the top, just as a hair before you transition into the downswing. And then take a screenshot of your position right there. Then go statically to the top of your backswing. So go to the top of your backswing and hold it, and then have somebody take a picture of you. Then you're going to compare the screenshot of the top of your backswing that was in real time, a real-time swing, it was a screenshot. Compare that with the picture that you just took when you statically went to the top of the backswing and held it. 99% of the time, it will not look the same. 99% of the time, the screenshot will be significantly farther into the backswing than your static hold is. And that's confirmation right there that you are using momentum to perform the golf swing and not muscles. Because if you're using muscles, then you'd be able to hold that position at the top of the backswing that mirrors the one of your real-time swing. But you can't do it because you're using momentum in that last 20% of the backswing. That's where it all falls to crap. That's where everything goes away. That's where you cannot be consistent anymore, especially over the age of 60, because you're not athletic enough. If we can just accept these things, then we can actually give ourselves a chance at getting better. The problem is we think that we're better than we actually are. We think that we're more athletic than we actually are. I just heard this. What was it? It must have been Thursday last week. I just heard this. Case, our PGA pro, is working with one of our clients, or just before he started working with one of our clients, I was in the hitting bay and I was hitting a couple of balls because it was right before we were going to play the next day, Friday. And when our client walked around the corner, he saw me swing and he's like, "Man, that looked beautiful." I'm not trying to brag or anything. I mean, technically, fundamentally sound swing, right? The point of this is he's like, man, that looks so good. That's what I think my swing looks like until somebody takes a video of my swing. Then when I'm watching the video, I'm going, there's no way this is me swinging this club. So mentally, we all think we look like Tiger Woods or whoever your favorite golfer is on TV. We all think that our swing looks like that. In reality, it's horrendous. It doesn't even look close to the ones that we think it looks like. So let's recap real quick. Number one, you've got to initiate the backswing with your belt buckle. And it's not exaggerated, meaning that you're not going to start with your belt buckle and then your hands follow. It's simultaneous. So hands stay directly in front of your belt buckle for as long as you possibly can through the backswing until your right hip runs out of range of motion. Left hip if you're a lefty. Number two is the 30-second drill. Take the entire 30 seconds from beginning to end of your backswing. If you can do this, then you know that you're using muscles. And then you're just going to do it over and over and over again. Because what it's going to do is it's going to allow your brain to connect to the muscles that you should be using to execute the backswing. Versus when it's real time and it's time to hit the golf ball, we kind of just wing it and take it back and take it forward and hope that the ball actually does what we want it to do. This gives us a chance to actually learn which muscles we should be using. So number one, initiate the backswing with your belt buckle. Number two, do the 30-second drill. 30 seconds. And don't just do it once. Don't just do it 2 or 3 times. Make this a regular part of your routine. Do it at least a few times a week. It would be ideal if you did it 1 time a day. If you did it 1 time a day, that's 7 times a week. That's 352 times a year, right? If you did this over 300 times over the next year, it is almost impossible for you to not have a better golf game a year from now than you do right now. I don't care what age you are. I don't care if you're 90 years old. If you did this once a day for the next year, it is almost impossible for you to not have a better golf swing a year from now than you have right now. And that's what it's all about, right? Our most common demographic, the people that are following us the most, are aging golfers. It's golfers in their 60s, 70s, and 80s. We actually have some in our that are in their 90s too. And the vast majority of these guys, they're not thinking about dying anytime in the next year. They're thinking about golfing. They're thinking about, where am I going to go on this next golf trip? Am I going to Ireland? Am I going to finally book that trip to the Old Course and visit Scotland and all these courses over there? Am I going to finally go to Pebble Beach? So you're not thinking about dying. Why wouldn't you think about being better a year from now than you are right now? So the 30-second drill is one of my absolute favorites because it's one of the hardest. And it's one of the most effective. So 30 seconds from address position to the top of the backswing, slow, mentally painful, really focus on keeping your head still, rotating the belt buckle, pushing your left knuckles directly away from the target, not trying to raise your hands up high, right? Pushing your left knuckles directly away from the target. That will help you get even more shoulder turn and really think about what muscles it is that you're feeling, because these are the most important muscles. Get to know them, because these are the ones that are going to give you a chance at a consistent downswing. When you have a consistent downswing, then you have a chance for consistency. You have a chance for consistent ball striking. When you can strike the ball the same way over and over again, it doesn't really matter if it's a hook, a slice, or whatever it is, because then you can start playing that shot over and over again. I've said this time and time again. If you could consistently hit a slice 100% of the time, you can easily shoot in the 80s. Easily, because you're just going to play the game. You're going to play your slice. You're going to play your shot shape. The problem is when you hit a slice 8 out of 10 times and then 2 out of 10 times you hit the dreaded straight ball. Now you have no idea where the ball is going to go. You cannot score worth a darn if you don't know where the ball is going to go. You've got to take a third of the fairway out of the equation. You have to. If you can't get off the tee because you don't know if it's going left, right, straight, you can't score. As soon as you can take a third of the fairway out of the equation, I know the ball's not going left. So I'm going to aim left, and it's either going to go straight or right. Either way, I'm going to land in the fairway. Then you can shave 10 strokes immediately because now you can get off the tee. You're not going OB. So think about all that. Remember what we first started with? Go to BermanGolf.com. Check out the online tee shot transformation. Make sure you like and subscribe to this podcast. Share this podcast with somebody that you know takes the fastest backswing in the world. Somebody that you know will struggle immensely to try to do the 30-second backswing drill. The person that you know initiates the backswing with their hands and not their belt buckle. Their belt buckle is pretty much static the whole entire time because they're an arm swinger, which is most of us, right? Share it with them. Shed some light on it. And comment. Let me know. Also, email me if you've got any questions. If you want me to talk about something specifically that you're dealing with on the next podcast, email me distance@bermangolf.com, and I would love to answer any of those questions. Until next time, keep on keeping on, baby. Initiate with that belt buckle. Thank you very much for tuning in this week. For more information, please go to bermangolf.com. That's B as in boy, ERMAN, bermangolf.com, and check out a ton of stuff that we have there. Or even better, go to our socials, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube, like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram. We're even on TikTok. Check us out everywhere. We've got tons of content going out every week. And please give us a thumbs up. Comment on the videos. Let me know what your questions are. Try to shoot holes in this. I'll do whatever I can to help you out the best that I can. Thank you, guys.